Hi creative friends, my name is Ashley the Thrifty Chica and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be crafting something really fun using Dollar Tree items, and we're going to be making some fun and festive glasses that can be used summer or pretty much any time. These are great gifts just to brighten up your home decor, or even if you're looking to create some projects to sell for your small business. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos, and let's get started. Here's what you'll need for this project. We're going to be working with the Dollar Tree glasses. I really love these little cactus glasses, super cute. And we're going to have a pair of scissors. I'm using the Cricut Joy, so all of the materials I'm using right now are made for the Cricut Joy specifically, but you can always use the Cricut Maker or the Explorer series machines to do the exact same project. So I'm using the Smart Vinyl in Permanent, and this is in the color Forest Green. I feel like that's a pretty good match for the base of that. And then I'm also using Smart Vinyl Permanent. This is in the color White. You can switch it out to whatever color you think would look really cute with this, but I thought I would keep it very simple and classic. And we'll also use some transfer tape. We're starting out this project by just opening our box here and getting everything ready to go. I'm using one of the larger rolls of the permanent vinyl. You can get these really massive rolls, 10 feet. I believe there's also a 20-foot option as well. You can create really long projects like door signs with the Cricut Smart Vinyl. So we're gonna load this one in first. It's really easy to use the Cricut Joy if you haven't yet. You just take your roll and you're just gonna roll it straight in. When you're ready, click go and it will start cutting. Now our project is unloaded and we're ready to apply the Smart Vinyl in the green color here. And I have a little scrap of this, so this is perfect for this type of project. Let's unload our project. We can set our Cricut aside. And for this one, what we're going to do is just cut away the excess and save it for another project. For the Cricut Joy ones, I like to save them in the box that they came in. It helps me keep track of exactly how much I have. And we're going to go ahead and cut this one away. For our next step, we're going to start weeding our project, and weeding is just removing the extra material from our project. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the corner here. And remember, whenever you're working with permanent vinyl, you want to make sure you take your time and you're slow. This one has some cute little details on here, so we don't want to go through too fast. And permanent vinyl is stickier than other types of vinyl, so be careful not to let this touch on top of your project that you've already made. So because it's likely to pull it up if you do. Right now I'm going to work on weeding the lettering, and lettering is a little bit harder to work with, so I always recommend that whenever you're working with lettering that you break out your little weeding tool. I find it a lot easier, so I'm just going to start it at the corner here, and you can use your tool to kind of hold down the pieces that are meant to be part of this. And whenever you're working with something like permanent vinyl, you'll find it sticks to the back to the other pieces a little bit easier. So you want to make sure that as you're lifting it, you're removing it from the design and not letting it lay back down on there. So I like to trim away as I'm working on it, even on small pieces, just so it doesn't have the opportunity to go right back on top of what we've already cut. And if you're working on weeding something like white on top of white, it can be quite difficult for your eyes. So I always recommend a strong light source nearby. It just really makes a big difference whenever you're working on something that has fine details and maybe is light in color, so it's harder to see on the background. So I'm just going to keep lifting this up. If you're having problems with the backing not coming off of the lettering cleanly, you can always increase the pressure, and that's the trick that I use whenever I'm working with something that is more difficult to weed, is I'll up the pressure just slightly, and it makes it a lot easier to work with. Now I'm going to be removing all the pieces in the center, so this is where I'm definitely breaking out the tool. I like to place my finger behind the item as I'm working with it and just lightly roll it because it can withstand being rolled. You just don't want to bend it on top of itself. You don't want to fold it. So I'm just going to place my finger behind it and then use my tool to kind of lift up that section wherever I see a piece that can be easily removed. And we'll set this aside. You can also break out your anything that you have, like a little mini trash can nearby or a lint roller, and that way you can easily catch those small pieces, or you can use your hand until you're ready to remove everything. So, but I just always roll this over my finger and then use my tool to help lift it. It just makes it so much easier for me. Okay, I have that one finished. Now I'm going to take this one and complete it doing the same process. I'm just going to start in the corner here and slowly lift it away from the lettering. This is where I'm going to take an alcohol wipe, and I'm just going to wipe down the outside where I'm going to be placing the decal. And the reason for this is we really want to make sure that we have a nice surface for it to adhere to. We don't want to have any lint or anything. So I'm lining this up by using where the front of the glass is. So you can see the little cactus design is where the front would be. So I'm just going to place this along here and just kind of make sure I've cleaned the whole surface here wherever the decal would touch. It's not a super large decal, so this should be pretty quick. And then I'm going to go do the other one as well. While this is drying, we're going to break out a piece of transfer tape here, and we want to make sure that this is large enough to fit our project. So this is going to be a pretty small decal, so I'm just going to cut this, and keep in mind the sizing. We want it to be just slightly larger than the project that we're working on. Now normally Cricut transfer tape is reusable, but when you're working on something like a glass, you're going to cut into your transfer tape, so you won't be reusing this piece over and over like you normally would. So we're just removing this piece of transfer tape from the backing here, and our goal is to make sure that when we're working with the transfer tape that we're placing this on top of here, and we don't want to have any bubbles between this and the decals. So we're just going to place this over the center. And I'm going to do something that's kind of like a hinge method where I'm using my fingers on each side of the transfer tape. It makes this kind of V shape, and I'm just placing this on the very center of our decal. And then I'm rolling that side over, and then the same on this side. This is where we're going to break out our mini scraper tool. So take your scraper tool and we're just going to go over the top of it. Usually I start working from the center out, and you'll start hearing some bubbles kind of escaping as you're working with it. And the goal is to press it so that all of the bubbles can escape to the edges. You can always rotate your design as you're working with it. Since this is a very small decal, it doesn't take super long to apply, but whenever I'm working with decals, I do spend extra time just to make sure that it does transfer really well and cleanly. Any time that you spend in preparation here really pays off in the application. So my motto whenever I'm working with permanent vinyl is a lot of preparation and very little time for application. You can also make sure to switch it up as far as which direction that you're working in. So you can go one direction and then flip this over and do it the other direction, and that just really helps to make sure that you don't have any air bubbles that have been hiding because you've been going one direction only. When you're done with applying it to the front, you can flip this over and apply it on the back as well. I like to spend a little bit of extra time on the back just to make sure that it really firmly adheres to the tape in the front. And when you feel pretty confident that you've spent enough time applying it, we're going to peel back the edge of the vinyl here and double check and see where we're at. So sometimes you may have problems whenever you're working with something that is a very small piece, so you can always put this back down and spend a little bit more time on it if you need. Or you can also use your tools and coax it along with your tools. I've done that whenever I'm using something that's a very tiny font. That's when you can break out your little weeding tool and help it to move onto the transfer tape. And sometimes you need to rotate it while you're removing it just so that it can come off a little bit easier. I find that sometimes I have that happen wherever I'm working on it and it just doesn't want to come off one direction, so I'll rotate it a little bit and it comes off a lot easier. So here is what the decal looks like, and we're going to add the little cactus on the sides once we're done with that. But I wanted you to take a look and so you can see kind of what it's going to look like. When we're working with applying a decal like this on a 2D surface, you would just place it, you know, so it's pretty much straight down. But if you're working on something that's a 3D surface, anything that's kind of curved, you're going to have to cut little slices into your decals. So I always like to preemptively do that by cutting little ease points in wherever it would need to bend. So in this case, it's going to probably need to bend right in this section so that these longer pieces can bend around it and that smaller piece doesn't really need to bend. So that should help us out. And if it was a larger decal, you would be cutting more slots into your transfer tape, but because this is a smaller decal, it shouldn't require that many. So to work with this, we're going to take our glass in our hand, and remember, we want to make sure that it faces front where the cactus is because that's the way it's going to look the cutest. So we're going to place our decal kind of centered on where we believe it's going to look the best. I pre-measured this so that I can make sure that the decal fits perfectly on it. It's about 4 inches wide max by around 2 inches in height. So I made sure to keep it in that range so it wouldn't be too big for that space. So we're going to go ahead and place this on here. I have this in my left hand just to make it easier on me. And I'm just going to center it where I'm placing it so that the tiny piece in the middle is the first piece I'm applying. So I'm going to apply that section first, and then I'm going to roll this down, and I'm going to apply this bottom section. So I'm just applying it by making sure that I'm rotating this towards the outside. So when you start in the middle, you're just going to apply it so it rolls outside. And you'll notice sometimes that it bends your transfer tape. If it's not perfectly lined up, you can always kind of move it around just slightly, but ideally, you want to make sure that you have that center section applied first, and then you're just going to roll it out towards the edges. So I have that center applied, I'm rolling it out, and then the same here. Because those little cuts are out, it made it really easy to apply, especially along the top. There's a little bit more curve on the bottom, so I'm going to have to go back in and adjust this tail section here and just roll this down. The transfer tape always looks worse while you're applying it. And now we can take our tool. You could use something like your mini scraper tool, or you can use like a balled up rag. Sometimes the balled up rag is easier because it goes around the curves a little bit. Take your rag, and we're going to press from the inside section in the middle towards the outside. And we want to make sure this adheres without any major air bubbles. The whole point for this is it has to be able to withstand washing. So you want to make sure that you don't have anything where any bubbles can get underneath it and that would have water get inside of it. So we're just pressing this down. And in case you were wondering, how long do these types of projects last? I have some glasses that I made probably 3 years ago, and most of the mugs that I've made have lasted. They haven't had any major problems. If you're using a glass like this constantly and it was in the dishwasher, you would run into problems where it's more likely to peel off, but hand washing, it will last many, many years. And if you use it in the dishwasher, you could probably get, at least in my experience, a good solid, 2 years out of it. So I think it's really neat as far as like a project that just makes something feel a lot more special. Okay, so I think that's going pretty well. Now we can go ahead and remove the transfer tape from this. So I'm just going to peel it up from a corner. And you always want to make sure that you check as you're peeling it away, check to see if there's any major air bubbles or if it's not adhered. If it's not adhered, place your transfer tape back down and keep working on it. So I'm just removing that. And that looks great. So now we're ready to add the little accents on there, and we're going to be adding these cute little matching cactus accents. And there's going to be 2 of them, and we're going to be applying them separately. So I'm going to cut these away, and we're going to apply each one individually. I'm just cutting this down because I find it a lot easier to work with the smaller pieces. Cut a piece of transfer tape, and we're just going to take our transfer tape and do the same process as we did before. We're going to make sure that we adhere this transfer tape to our little mini decal. Okay, removing the transfer tape from the backing. And now we have the little transfer tape piece. We're going to place this over our cactus, and I'm just placing it so the center is touching down first, and then I'm rolling it towards the edges. We're going to use our mini scraper tool and go over this. We want to make sure that this adheres really well. It should adhere super well. I feel like these pieces are always the easiest to adhere because they are not letters or super tiny. A nice solid block like this is always the easiest to work with. So I'm ready to apply this one, and what I'm going to do is just kind of place this on the side. And the nice thing about this is you can just kind of like eyeball it. It's pretty easy to work with. So I'm just placing that one down and then rolling it towards the outside edge here. I'm going to continue using my rag the same way as I did before, holding this in my hand just to give it a nice base to work off of. And when you feel like you've spent enough time on it and that it's firmly adhered, we're going to take our transfer tape and just start peeling it back. And that piece is ready to go. We're going to repeat the process. This transfer tape is reusable, so because this is a small section of the decal, you can go ahead and reuse it since we didn't cut it. Just going to place this over the top again and adhere this one. Peel off the backing there, and now we have this piece ready to apply. We're going to continue the same way as before and kind of eyeball it as to where we think it's going to look the cutest. I think it's going to look really good right around here. I'm just rolling this down. This first section I applied, and then I'm just making sure that it applies all the way across. And using my cloth again, and then when you feel pretty confident about where it's at, you're going to go ahead and start removing the tape. And now we're ready to test it out and see how it looks. Thanks so much for crafting with me today, and I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did. I love these like quick and easy little projects, super fun to create with. What are you crafting right now? I would love to know if you can leave a comment below, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon.